Hey everyone, it's Charlie from Daily Motor. And today we've got the 2020 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Unlimited EcoDiesel. This is the 4-door model, and it's rocking the 8.4-inch Uconnect display with the 9-speaker 552-watt Alpine audio system. We're going to do a sound system test here. We're going to get you an idea of how it sounds. I've got a USB stick with uncompressed WAV files plugged directly into the audio system to give you the best sound possible for this review. We're going to listen to some sample tracks stopped, and we're going to start it up, take it out for a drive, listen to those same tracks on the road, let you get a feel for the system, and I'll give you my impressions at the end. We'll also do a little bit of an audio test with wind noise, open up the Freedom top here, let you see what that sounds like at 55 miles per hour, and we'll wrap things up. Before we get started, let's go out and take a look at the vehicle. Now this is the top dog Wrangler. Price comes in at about $65,000, but it's getting you all the bells and whistles. You've got the extra lift and off-road capabilities here with the Rubicon trim. You've got the EcoDiesel 3-liter motor, getting excellent fuel economy, nice and smooth, refined. Got it here in pumpkin orange. That's what this paint is called. Vehicle's got a lot of charm, a lot of character. I've really enjoyed driving it around recently. Now this top-level audio system has 9 speakers. You've got them up here in the dash, 2 in the door, 2 in this center area here, kind of right between the 2 rows, 2 in the doors back there, and then a subwoofer on the passenger side in the trunk. Subwoofer carries a lot of strength to it. Sounds good, brings in some clean, crisp bass notes. Good weight to them. And these speaker placements here allow a good amount of treble to come through as well. Speakers go plenty loud. They're only about halfway right now. They really get up there. Now this is something that many Fiat Chrysler vehicles are guilty of, but they've got really strong bass, but all of the other sounds kind of get muddled together, and I'm really noticing that on this track here listening to it, and some of the other ones I've listened to earlier before I made the video. These sounds, when they're kind of quieter and a little more isolated, the high notes come through really crisply from these front speakers. But when there's a lot of sounds going on, everything sort of gets mushed and dirtied up, and it kind of creates this harsh, unclear sound from anywhere from kind of the like middle upper half of the equalizer up through until the really high treble notes. Let's see if you can tell here again. Right there. Maybe it's just because there are only so many speakers, but most systems can parse those upper trebly type notes out better than this. A little disappointing. So the Jeep Wrangler has a lot of different audio inputs. You've got an old school 3.5mm auxiliary jack here, USB Type-C, USB Type-A, another USB Type-A that you could plug things into, AM, FM, Sirius XM, and Bluetooth. So plenty of different ways to connect to this system. Pretty much all you're missing is a CD player, which isn't too common to see these days anyway, especially because this entire interior is waterproof, so having a CD player would be just yet another thing that would need to be covered. You can adjust the volume here from these very rugged, easy to turn knob here, or you've got audio controls on the back of the steering wheel, which I quite like. Alright, let's let you hear the motor. That diesel runs quiet. Let's get on the road. So again, with this song, the bass is coming through really strong, but the kind of middle notes and upper treble notes are really quite muddled. I'm going to turn the music down for a second here and let you get an idea of the wind noise that we're dealing with. Wind noise and tire noise, really, that we're dealing with here in the Wrangler Rubicon. Here's 55 miles per hour. So you can hear a decent amount of tire noise, you can hear wind, you can actually feel it coming from this Freedom Rider top. Don't get me wrong, I love being able to take the top off, but you can't ignore the fact that it's going to give you a lot of wind noise. Let's open up the top here and let you hear what it sounds like. Top goes all the way back. Pretty cool. There's some buffeting, but it's to be expected. That's not good. Alright, let's get back to the music. So now this song sounds quite good. I think the high treble notes are isolated enough from sort of that middle, kind of mid-range sound. There's that bass line coming through, and it kind of allows the notes to stay separated. Again, with this song, the notes were separated enough that it didn't get as muddled as some of those other tracks we listened to earlier. Let's get up to highway speed here, give you an idea of how it sounds at 75, and we'll wrap things up. Again, definitely some pretty noticeable wind noise here at 75 miles per hour. Alright, so we always do these videos at default audio settings, but let's see what the Jeep's got here. You've got your balance and fade, front, rear, left, right. You've got 3 equalizer settings. Bass, mid, and treble. You've also got speed adjustable volume, and that's about it. Now this audio system's interesting because it sounds vastly different depending on what kind of music you're listening to. It sounds really good for pop or simple sorts of rock, something where there's a very clear high end and a very clear low end. It has really strong bass. It's not like a lot of the cars I've tested recently that are kind of missing that powerful punch on the mid to low sounds. This system's great for that. What it's not great for is extracting and pulling out those kind of middle of the spectrum sounds and letting them all come through on their own. Instead, it kind of combines everything in the mid part of the equalizer together and kind of just creates some, I know I've used this word a few times already, but muddled and generally harsh experience for more dynamic sort of songs. If I had to give this system an overall rating, I'd probably give it about a 6.5, considering what the vehicle is. We're talking about an expensive car here, and I know the focus of the Jeep is supposed to be for off-roading and for technical and capable abilities and everything like that, but it's just a shame that if you're paying $65,000, you're not getting something that's a little more versatile, a little more well-balanced, especially in an SUV sort of form factor where you're not dealing with size constraints. They obviously have constraints in weather protection and ruggedness, so I understand that. But when we're talking strictly evaluating the system, I think 6.5 is probably fair. The other thing this vehicle has to fight with is just the extra wind noise from the removable top, the removable doors, and kind of the rugged build of the vehicle. So I understand that audio engineers have a lot that they're up against in a vehicle like this. But if you're looking to listen to a lot of music in your Jeep Wrangler, it's something worth considering. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that subscribe button. It really makes a big difference to us. And we will see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor. Drive on.